Nadal said he was still uncertain about the exact nature of his injury, but said he was feeling pain high in his right leg. "Not the hip," said Nadal, who plans to have a magnetic resonance imaging test on Wednesday. In the semi-finals, Cilic will face Kyle Edmund, an unseeded player from Britain, who upset No. 3 seed Grigor Dimitrov 6-4, 3-6, 6-3, 6-4 earlier in the day in Rod Laver Arena. Nadal's retirement means there will be no rematch with Roger Federer in this year's Australian Open final. Federer beat Nadal in a 5-set thriller in 2017 to win the title, but Federer, who will face Tomas Berdych in the quarter-finals on Wednesday, is now the only member of the so-called Big Five who is still in contention at Melbourne Park. The years of competing at the highest level are taking their toll on that elite group. Andy Murray underwent hip surgery earlier this month in Australia after withdrawing from this tournament. Novak Djokovic and Stan Wawrinka managed to play after taking 6-month breaks from competition because of injuries, but both were diminished in Melbourne. Wawrinka, returning from knee surgery, lost in the second round to the 97th-ranked American Tennys Sandgren. In a fourth-round loss to the 21-year-old South Korean Hye-in Chung, Djokovic was frequently wincing in pain, his right elbow still not sufficiently healed after his extended break. Sandgren and Chung will play each other for a spot in the semi-finals on Wednesday. Nadal expressed concern for the series of injuries sustained by leading players in the last year. "It's not the right moment to say for me, but somebody who is running the tour should think a little bit about what's going on," Nadal said. "Too many people getting injured." Nadal said tennis authorities needed to think about the long-term health of the players. "There is life after tennis, so I don't know, if we keep playing in these very, very hard surfaces, what is going to happen in the future with our lives," he said. Nadal, too, had to race the clock to make it to Melbourne. He had a triumphant 2017 season, winning his 10th French Open and 3rd United States Open. But his knee troubles returned by season's end, forcing him to withdraw from the Paris Masters and depart the ATP World Tour Finals after one match. Recovery was slower than Nadal hoped or expected, and at the start of 2018 he withdrew from a planned exhibition event in Abu Dhabi and an official tournament in Brisbane, Australia. This was the first time Nadal had arrived at the Australian Open without playing a warm-up event, but he successfully navigated the first week, dropping just one set to Diego Schwartzman in the fourth round. "I worked hard to be here," Nadal said. "We did all the things that we believed were the right things to do to be ready. I think I was ready. I was playing okay." But his body, his strength and his weakness began to break down again in the third set Tuesday. "Start to feel the muscle a little bit tired in the third, but playing normal, no limits, no limitation," Nadal said. Then in the fourth at one movement, one drop shot I think I felt something. At that moment, I thought something happened, but I didn't realize how bad. It would soon become clear, and the capacity crowd in Laver Arena began to groan and gasp as they watched him miss usually routine shots. "Tough moments," Nadal said. "I am a positive person, and I can be positive, but today is an opportunity lost to be in the semi-finals of a Grand Slam and fight for an important title for me. No. Injuries have spoiled Nadal's chances at the Australian Open in the past. In 2010, in his only other retirement from a Grand Slam singles match, he stopped his quarter-final against Murray because of a knee problem. In 2011, when Nadal was trying to become the first man since Rod Laver in 1969 to win 4 straight major singles titles, he sustained a hamstring injury in the opening set against his Spanish compatriot David Ferrer and lost in straight sets. In the 2014 final, Nadal lost to Wawrinka in 4 sets when hampered by a back problem. "In this tournament, it's already happened a couple of times," Nadal said. "I don't want to say frustration, but it's really tough to accept, especially after a tough December that I had without having a chance to start in Abu Dhabi and then Brisbane." Despite his retirement on Tuesday, Nadal, 31, will retain the 0.1 ranking after the tournament.